It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists, located on South Avenue in Boardman.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists, located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the four words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Jimmy Sutton here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit WRSwealth.com. Good luck, athletes.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Erin Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our...
The following is a presentation of YSN, your sports network.
It's playoff time here in Cardinal Country as the number 4 seed in Region 9 in Northeast Ohio and the Canfield Cardinals will host Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, the Lions, who are the 13 seed. Hi again, everybody, and welcome into Cardinal Stadium. We will step aside real quick for our national anthem, and we will be right back. The national anthem is complete, and we are ready for some playoff football here in Canfield. Richie Giuliano, Gary Niddle, and a very special feature to our broadcast tonight, Mike Ackelson, the former 21 WFMJ reporter and our host on our Audible call each and every week, will join us live from the sideline, and we're going to go to Mike Ackelson right now. Ack, how's the weather down there? It was a tough day all day long with the rain, but it looks like it's cleared up.
It has cleared up. 52 degrees. There's no sight of rain, so we should be clear for tonight's game. I'll tell you what, exciting, ready to go. It's week 11 of the season, and it's just a nice, crisp fall night out here, Richie, and I'm looking forward to this one, guys.
All right, Ack, we'll be with you back in a second. Gary, this is going to be a great game between Notre Dame Cathedral Latin and Canfield. Two teams who are very familiar with one another. This is the 4th meeting between NDCL and Canfield in the last 5 seasons and the second playoff matchup.
And, you know, we talked last year about the revenge tour, and this is one of those revenge teams. You know, the Canfield, these two, they've seen each other a lot in these last 4 years. They know a lot about each other. So this isn't one of those games that you have a team come in that you don't really have a whole lot of information on. This is not the typical NDCL team, though, that they've had in years past. They're a little younger, not quite as big up front, and but it's going to be a competitive football game.
Canfield won the toss. They elected to defer. We'll go back to Mike Ackelson on the sideline. What's the environment down there, Ack?
You can tell it's like just about to bust loose. These guys are ready to rock and roll at this game. Excitement is building. You can tell the ball's teed up. It's time to go. So it's time for me to be quiet and let you guys do your thing for a while. So I'll check back in with you during the game.
All right, thanks, Mike. Zach Ahmed tees it up at the 40, and we're going to have an abrupt eruption here as the ball falls off the tee.
It might have been all that excitement that Ack was just talking about. A little bit of a little earthquake with the fans here. Not a whole lot of NDCL fans made their way here down to Canfield, but there is a lot of, you do see the blue, you see the band over there for NDCL, so, we do got a pretty good Canfield crowd here, as you would expect. The student section is what the student section is down there, that they've been in every game this year, and I'll tell you what, I'm pretty excited. You know, we talked to Mike before the game, and I know he's jacked up. You know, we were talking last week at the audible call, hey, let's get this together. Let's give this a go. And I'm pretty excited.
Oh, yeah.
A little
first ever
here.
sideline reporter on YSN. Glad to have it here in the first round of the playoffs. Zach Ahmed finally ready to tee it up. He will boot it away, a line drive kick into the back of the end zone. Zach Ahmed's got the adrenaline pumping tonight as Notre Dame Cathedral Latin will start at their own 20. Well, for the Lions this season, they are 5-5, like you mentioned, Coach Niddle. Not the prototypical season for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, as they are the number 13 seed in region number 9, but they do have a lot of experience on their offense. 3 juniors up front, 2 seniors. Their quarterback in Jacob Koenig is a senior quarterback, and their tailback is also a senior. That is Mark Tomei. Koenig in the gun, 3 receivers to start. Canfield puts 4 on the line. They're going to blitz 6. And before the play, we're going to have some false movement on that left side of the line.
And that's just, you know, a little bit of adrenaline probably flowing there. And honestly, I was just about to say, looked like Canfield was about to jump there. They were ready to go, and you'd see the backers creeping up. And it just turns out that NDCL was the one that flinched first.
Canfield coming off of a victory last week against Boardman. Were able to avoid the scare against the Spartans away. Final score 13-7 as the official will come on to the mic here in the stadium, and they want to reset the game clock. So they'll put it back to the original 12 minutes. And now for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, they're going to have an offset pistol formation.
Canfield's coming up here, at least to show right now. They're bringing Brock Lowry up from his safety position up near the line of scrimmage.
And the shotgun, quick toss, left side, a lot of room for the running back. Number 8 in Ashton Gotham across the 30 and knocked down at the 35. A big gain of 20 yards for Gotham on a Wildcat formation. And here comes this hurry-up offensive formation for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin.
And Canfield, with them creeping up in the box there, they were mostly in the A and B gaps there, and they split it out wide and got them caught inside, not being able to get to the outside. Same
Option right side. They're going to stretch him out. Koenig picks up the first down, a gain of 11 across the 45. And so far, Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, the number 13 seed, with 2 plays and a big chunk of yardage.
And this is something we haven't seen all season long out of this Canfield defense. Usually they come out and set the tone, and it's usually a 3 and out. And we got a little late substitution here, although it looks, is that the quarterback that just went out to split out wide? Richie?
It is not. Koenig is still under center. They bunch it up. They put 10 on the line. They're going to hand it up. Gotham is met in the backfield and dropped by Hunter Knotts.
And that's exactly what Canfield needed there, you know, kind of stopping the bleeding a little bit. And that was the wide out, Will Epich. It looks like they're going to continue to move guys all over the field here and try to disrupt Canfield's defense with this hurry up early on.
Jacob Koenig, senior 5'11", 165. Another option left side. He falls forward and picks up about 2 yards back to the original line of scrimmage. It will be 3rd down and long for the Lions. Ball at the 47-yard line. And this has been a Canfield defense, as you mentioned, Coach Niddle, very stout in the first quarter. They have given up a combined 9 points in 10 games in the first quarter this year.
Yeah, and one of them was that first drive that to start the season, Poland went down the field. I think it was, an 8-minute drive.
Yep.
Took up a lot of time, and since then, they've been stout all season long.
The Lions with 4 receivers this time.
Might have to
pistol
put it in the air
formation. Here. Koenig takes it. 3-step drop. He's looking to throw. He's under some pressure, and he dumps it away at the last second. He's got Gotham across the 50, but a pickup of about 4 yards. That's not going to do it.
And I'll tell you what, though, and although I do see the punt team coming on, I'll give him credit there. That would have been about an 8-yard loss, and at the last second, he shoveled it off to his back, and they were able to pick up 5 yards and make this a manageable 4th and 6, but it looks like they are going to kick it away.
The punter will come out, number 44. And Gianni Spedic, junior kicker and punter, does it both ways.
Like there was movement there, and there was movement.
Flag on the far side.
I think the center, he kind of double clutched when he went to snap the football. But we're still waiting for our call. Now, if Canfield did jump, it it would be interesting because it would bring up about a 4th and 1. And it looks like, it was a 12 men on the field is what they were, the flag was on, but they must have miscounted. You don't see that very often. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen it called and then picked up.
So we're going to retry it. Back to receive for Canfield, Drew Carosi. Gotham set up to punt at his own 35. Good snap this time in rhythm. Gotham will boot it away with a right leg. A great kick inside the 10. Canfield will let it bounce, and they're going to pin him inside the 5 as it is picked up by Aaron Tate inside the 5-yard line. What a punt by Gotham to flip the field.
And that sets Canfield up in a situation. That's one of those you want to grab. I think, you got to kind of see where you're at on the field, where you were set up. He had his feet at the 15-yard line, retreated back to about the 5, then decided to just let it go, probably hoping it would go out of the end zone. But instead, they're going to have 1st and 10 here, and they got it right at the 3-yard line.
Canfield pinned back behind their own ears here on the first drive. Here comes the junior quarterback and Brock Lowry, who will lead the Canfield offense in the pistol formation.
We got a lot of movement.
And this could either be on the guard for Canfield and Coca.
It's going to be a false start.
And it is. It's against the right guard and Santino Coca. A very young offensive line this season for Canfield. And, man, have they been hit by the penalty bug this year. That's their 53rd penalty this season.
And that's one area that Coach Pavlansky would love to shore up here in this playoff session.
Canfield's going to throw. They dump it off far side. Not much going there. A pickup of maybe 3 or 4 yards. And on the reception for the Cardinals is number 2 and Jake Schneider. So Schneider, who has really picked things up here in the later half of the season, that's now his 7th catch as he is over 100 yards receiving.
As he missed the first, I believe 6, started maybe coming back in that 7th game. So, he's just getting his feet wet, and that is a huge target for Lowry. And we haven't even mentioned, Brock Lowry breaking I don't think we got to mention that, broke the Canfield career passing record last week.
They're going to hand it off left side this time.
Nothing there.
Nothing going. Maybe a pickup of 1 at most for Michael Crawford, who will be the primary back for Canfield today. Mike Crawford, the senior tailback, 5'10", 196 pounds, has 86 rushing attempts for 441 yards with 10 touchdowns in his senior campaign.
This is a big 3rd down here for Canfield. You want to get that initial 1st down, get out of your own end zone here, and not have to punt out of your own end zone.
Lowry in the gun all alone. He will take it. Quarterback run, runs it outside. He's got a lot of room. Here goes Lowry across the 30, across the 40, down the sideline. Can he win the foot race? 40, 30, 20, 10. He high steps into the end zone. Touchdown Cardinals. 83 yards.
93 yards. Don't cheat him, Richie.
Good thing I only took 1 math class.
I'll tell you what, and, this might be a good time. I think we got to head down to Mike after we get this extra point because see what he was right there. He was standing right at the 20-yard line, so you got to see it up close and personal. But you could kind of see that develop from up here. Once Brock saw and read that hole, you can see it, the big gap. He really had one man to beat, and he just showed his athleticism there and his speed outrunning these defenders.
The longest run of the year by a Canfield Cardinal, 93 yards to the house. Ben Pugh will knock it through, and we are going to send it down to Mike Ackelson. What a touchdown run for Lowry. You got to see it right in front of your face. What did you see there, Ack?
Executed to perfection on that play. They've busted open the whole little crease. That's all Brock Lowry needed. And you want to talk about a momentum change. You're pinned back in your own, you can see the uprights. And all of a sudden, 1 play later, you've got a lead now. Now it becomes easier. Canfield defense, been a little on that first drive. Now they come out the second drive. It gets a little more physical for them. They're into the game now. It's big. That 1 play right now is the big momentum swing that Canfield needed to get everything going.
No doubt, Ack. Thank you for the report down there on the sideline. We'll talk to you later in the first quarter. Wow, what a start for the Cardinals offensively. Just when you thought Canfield would have to punt on their first drive of the game. Brock Lowry breaks it open for 93.
I'll tell you what, that, I just had to mention Brock and breaking the passing record. He must have heard me up here and said, remember, I can still run the football as well. And, that's one thing all season long we've said, we thought we'd see more of that, and now that it's playoff time, they kept him healthy all year long. He avoided those big hits, but guess what? It's playoff football now, and I wouldn't be shocked if you see a lot more of what we saw last year with Lowry in his legs.
Ahmed with another big kick, backpedaling and making the catch inside his own end zone is Mark Tomei. He will call for the fair catch, and once again, Notre Dame Cathedral Latin will start at their own 20-yard line. Well, as Mike Ackelson down there on the sideline mentioned, the Canfield defense did break as Notre Dame Cathedral Latin came out with that hurry-up offense on the first drive, but they had to punt from their own 35. So let's see what the Canfield defense does here with an adjustment, knowing that they're going to go with a little more up-tempo offense.
And it's kind of odd, they had two successful carries to start the game, then they got bottled up where Canfield struggled their first two carries, and then the third one they broke, kind of the tale of two tapes here right now.
Koenig will run it right side. He cuts it up the field and falls forward. A nice pickup of 5 yards. And that's been the Achilles here for this Canfield defense this season. They have given up 5 yards a carry on the ground each game.
But the flip side of that is, and Mike hit it right on the head earlier. He's like, they bend but don't break. And that's what's really important about this Canfield defense is they get tough when they need to get tough, and they showed it here on this first possession for NDCL.
This time they'll give it Gotham. He cuts back up the middle, plows over a linebacker, and picks up about 8 yards. That'll be a first down for NDCL.
And they're seeing some success. They're having that success off the end here. And I know Coach Hurdley, and I know this Canfield defense, Coach Ignazio, they'll figure this out. They'll figure out what they need to do stunning up front here, if they need to slant or if they need to shift or what they're going to do here. But they'll find a way to contend on that outside at some point here, I would guess, in the first quarter.
Under 6:50 left to play in quarter number 1. Canfield 7, NDCL 0. Play action
busted.
In the backfield and a rip down. A big sack for Marzano.
That Don Marzano doing what he's done all season long. He comes up with big plays. We mentioned him. You're going to hear Toby Smith's name, no doubt. You're going to hear Drew Carosi. You're going to hear Brock Lowry. They do a good job of, containing what they need to do, and that's exactly, he held his spot, saw that it was was almost kind of like a bootleg, and he was right there and doing what he had to do there, and that brings up a 2nd and 20 for NDCL. And now they're going to slow it down a little bit, make sure they get what they need in here.
They have to hurry up, 5 seconds on the play clock. Koenig with the back behind him in the pistol. They take the snap, looking to throw. Pressure off the edge. Knotts is chasing him down, and he comes up with his 2nd sack.
And that's going to be the problem. If they can contain that outside, and if those ends can get them to force it back upside, you're going to have pressure coming from the outside, from the backside, I should say. And they're having a hard time if they can't find that initial seam. Now it's 3rd and, I guess they're going to call it 20-21 here. And I keep seeing that they do. NDCL likes to flip-flop these receivers. Usually you have one-to-one side. Number 12 has been on the left side. He was on the right side last time. Number 4, they kind of flip back and forth. And once again, they're going to take their time here. They're under 7 seconds before they get to the football here. And here comes 12 over to the right side.
Canfield looking to keep the momentum on their sideline with a 3 and out. Koenig looking deep down the sideline, throws up a good ball, and it's knocked away.
I'll tell you what, if anything, that was going to be offensive pass interference because
Oliver Kovas on the
looked
coverage.
like he was settling under it, and it was kind of like the NDCL receiver kind of pushed him at the last second. But we've said this all year season long too. This secondary, and I said this last week when we were doing the audible call, that their secondary, I was telling Mike, their secondary is like glue. All season long, they've had success. Nobody's really outside of Dover. And what was that, week 3?
Yes, week 3.
Outside of Dover in week 3, nobody's really had success throwing the football.
Notre Dame Cathedral Latin with a spiral punt, and it takes an NDCL bounce, and it looks like it'll be down at the 45-yard line. Great field position for the Cardinals here to start their second drive as Canfield went 93 yards on the ground. Brock Lowry with his 11th rushing touchdown. This year, Lowry has 14 touchdowns through the air and now 11 on the ground. He could do it both ways.
Very balanced. And, we talked about Crawford, but we didn't really talk. And I'm sure we'll see Snyder here a little bit. You'll see Carosi on the ground. You'll see some Toby Smith here and there. Very balanced all around. There's not one running back that has stolen the show this year. It's been spreading the wealth all season long, and Lowry's going to tuck it again.
He's got plenty of time, and he will create something out of nothing. A gain of about 4 yards out to the 49-yard line, and Brock Lowry, of course, as we've seen on social media, has been all over the country this season. Highly recruited prospect here in the area. He just visited Iowa State last weekend.
Yeah, nice picture of him down on the field and his credentials and everything. And I'll tell you what, I think he's going to look good. I'm just a guessing man. I'd be shocked if that's not where he ends up. I think it's a mutual respect both of them have, both Iowa State and himself.
Lowry's going to keep it this time out past the 50, brought down at the 49-yard line of Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, and it will bring up third down and manageable for the Cardinals as they will bring back in their quick team unit here on third down and short.
And Brock Lowry was, I don't know what you want to call it, the lucky item down on the field. That's after that win last week for Iowa State. They vaulted up into the top 25. I think they're 20. I think they came in at 22 this past week. So it might be that carry that luck over here tonight.
Third down and 4, 3:45 left on the game clock here in the first quarter. Lowry to throw, drops back, jumps it over the middle, in rhythm. He hits his receiver, down the seam and a touchdown. Paolo Papalia.
Fantastic. And you want to talk about reading a defense. Brock Lowry stepped back. That seam route it's usually been, when he goes down the seam route, it's usually Drew Carosi down that seam route, but whoever is running down that seam route, it seems like when they're unchecked, Lowry sees it, he does it again, and I'll tell you what, that was right in motion, and I got to give Paolo a great give credit there. That was a little fingertip grab. It was kind of almost outstretched arms to haul that in.
Papalia with his third touchdown on the season. He's over 200 yards receiving this year. 13-0 Canfield. Ben Pugh, the money man, knocks it through. 14-0 Canfield. We will step aside real quick, and we will be back here on YSN.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
14-0 Cardinals. They come out with a gut punch here in the first quarter. Back-to-back drives and big plays as Lowry went 93 yards to the house on the first drive, and then Paolo Papalia, the 49-yard touchdown reception. Canfield showing why they're the number 4 seed in this region.
And Brock Lowry showing it with his legs early and then with his arm later on.
Zach Ahmed to kick it away. Another line drive kick. All-conference soccer player this year.
Is that
a surprise?
I mean, he's got a heck of a leg. You know, it's a little chillier tonight. I was like, I don't know if he gets the ball out of the end zone, but I'll tell you what, 2 out of the 3 have been out of the end zone. The third one was halfway into the end zone. So cold weather's definitely not affecting him.
So Notre Dame Cathedral Latin will come out for the third drive. A punt and a 3-and-out. Koenig in the gun. He will take the snap, and we're going to have some activity, and it's going to be a false start on NDCL.
So that's not exactly what you want to see there for NDCL. You're already down 2 scores, and you try to come out to try to sustain something here, and now you're 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10 at your own 15-yard line.
First down and 15, another false start penalty on NDCL. Koenig back in the gun. 3 receivers wide for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. They put the tight end in motion. They hand it off, and they're going to run it. This time it is Gotham. Breaks 2 tackles, and he picks up that 5 yards back plus 2 more.
Yeah, and you can kind of just see that's what they're going to do there. They were just going to run right behind the tight end as they shifted him behind the tackle or behind the guard there.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Nikola Coca on the tackle for Canfield. 2nd down and 7. They put a man in motion. That's the running back, Tome. Koenig rolls out, fires over the middle. He has his receiver, but a big hit from the linebacker position. Number 28 with a catch for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. And that was Ryan Callahan.
Kovas on the tackle, I believe. And now it's 3rd and 2 at their own 28 here as they shuffle some players in late, in and out. I'll tell you what, I haven't seen this many players come in and out. 2 went out and then came back on, the same 2, and then 2 more went out. Very unorthodox.
They go to the I formation, 3rd down and short. Koenig taking his time, 5 on the play clock. They hand it off. This time it's Gotham again. He breaks a couple more, and he churns all the way out to the 45. What a run for Ashton Gotham, the senior tailback, 5'10", 185. Man, does this kid have some heavy legs.
And I'm going to tell you what, that was well blocked up front. You can kind of see it right now. They came down on the backers and went to that 2nd level, and he had a full head of steam there, and it was difficult to bring him down with just 1 arm tackle there. It took 3. A host of Cardinals to bring him down.
That's been the problem for Canfield the last couple weeks. It's taken 2-3 guys to bring a man down. They missed a lot of tackles. 150 left to play. They go back to Gotham. This time he is piled down. A loss of 2. Let's see who got him.
There. That looks like Carosi.
Drew Carosi as well as Schneider in on the tackle for Canfield.
The usual suspects, as we like to call them.
Drew Carosi, one of the leading tacklers on the Canfield Cardinals defense. 2nd down and 12. Under 1:30 left to play in our first quarter. And, man, does NDCL need a score here on this drive.
Yeah, they got to get something positive here. They, and this is almost, if they can get another 1st down, I'm thinking it's a 4-down territory type drive. But
Koenig has nothing going. Another loss. And they're pushed all the way inside their 40 now.
And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9.
Tom Marzano on the tackle for a loss.
And now it forces you to do the one thing they've struggled with is putting it up in the air. They like to run that little wildcat. They like to run the little pitch. They like to run and try to get off tackle. And, when you're 3rd and 19, it kind of limits what you can do here. Wouldn't be shocked, though, if they, run some kind of a screen out of this.
35 seconds left to play. Koenig back in the gun. They spread them out 4 wide. Canfield rushes 5 guys. They bring some pressure. The pocket collapses, and it's a duck to the near side, and it's not intercepted.
Oh, my goodness.
Paolo Papalia had it slip right through his hands.
For that grab that he had earlier that was much more difficult. They always say the more difficult ones are the ones you concentrate on and make it look easy. The easy ones, you lose that focus, and you kind of have a hard time with it, and that's exactly what happened there because that had 6 written all over it if he holds on to that.
Still 25 seconds left. Back to punt once again is Gianni Spedic. Back to receive is Oliver Kovas and Drew Carosi. Spedic takes the snap. Another good-legged kick. A fair catch will be caught inside the 30, and that's where the Cardinals will start.
Come in too.
So they will put it at the 27 of Canfield, 20.8 seconds. So far, the Cardinals 2 for 2 here in the first quarter. The Lowry touchdown, the Papalia touchdown. And it's 14-0 Cardinals, the number 4 seed in the region. And, man, what a tough region this is. In region number 9. As expected, though, with the defending state champion in Chardon. Kenston among the mix. Canfield,
Dover.
Hubbard, Dover.
Can't forget Dover. I mean, we've seen Dover up close in person, and I've told a number of people this year, it's probably the
There goes Crawford. He breaks a couple tackles into Notre Dame Cathedral Latin territory, down the sideline, and he's finally pulled down by his leg at the 20-yard line.
He's right in front of Mike Ackelson down there, so I know here in a minute maybe we got to get down to him and he can tell us what he sees right now.
And let's go down to him right now. Ack, a big run right in front of you. What'd you see from Michael Crawford?
Absolutely. Very patient. Absolutely waited. Very patient to get through that hole. And then he just made a few moves and followed his blocker.
Thank you, Mike. Another big run for Michael Crawford, the senior tailback, as he got the carry there as well, a pickup of 3. And that will take us to the end of our first quarter. Canfield 14, NDCL 0. We'll be back after this.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Quarter number 2 here on YSNLive.com. Richie Giuliano, Gary Niddle, and our first ever YSN sideline reporter, Mike Ackelson, joining us here at Bob Dove Field. 2nd down and 7 for Canfield. Ball at the NDCL 16-yard line. Lowry will come out in the shotgun with a running back to his right. It's a draw up the middle. Geez. Lowry picks up the first down inside the 10. It'll be first down and goal.
And he was shot out of a cannon there. It was kind of one of those, I'm coming right at you, right up the gut, and you got to stop me. And they weren't able to stop him until he got inside the 10-yard line down to the, we're going to have first and goal at the 7 for Canfield.
The Cardinals coming out, as they do all year long, throwing a punch in the first half. Lowry back in the gun. A man in motion from left to right. This time they'll hand it off. It's Michael Crawford, who is barreled down by a couple of Lions, but it's a nice pickup on first down.
Curious where they're going to mark him here. It looks like they're going to give him forward progress all the way down to the 3-yard line. So got 2nd and goal from the 3 here for Canfield. And, you know, I'm guessing you're going to see them just try to power this into the end zone. I don't think they're going to get fancy at this point.
Michael Crawford, the big back for the Cardinals in the gun. They stack 9 guys on the offensive line. Man in motion again. That's Danny Inglis. It's Lowry who will keep it. Lowry with a big hole, and he squeezes in.
And kind of no secret there. Just follow your big guys up front and walk yourself into the end zone. Give yourself a 20-0 lead.
3-yard walk-in touchdown. Lowry on the ground for his 2nd here tonight. And Canfield with a ginormous lead to start our first half.
And they're doing exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to run the football, they've ran the football. They wanted to throw the football a little bit, they've thrown the football. So Coach Pavlansky's got to be happy in the fact that they kicked it away to start the game. They'll also get the ball to start the second half, and they're already up 21-0 here with 11 minutes still remaining in the second quarter.
21-0. Canfield on top here in this first half. What a start for the Cardinals offensively. We knew Notre Dame Cathedral Latin was playing well coming into tonight's matchup, but man, did the Cardinals pop that balloon.
Yeah, you know, and it's all business, you know, and it's what they've been talking about all week, you know, talking to Coach Pavlansky, talking to some of the players, and, you know, they don't take any game for granted at this point. You know, when you're talking about playoffs, it doesn't matter who is your opponent. They're going to prepare every week. They're going to be ready. They're going to have a game plan, and they're going to execute. And they've done exactly what they wanted to do here so far in this football game.
We have an update in the region. Hubbard 3, New Philadelphia 0. The start of the second quarter. The winner of New Philadelphia and Hubbard will take on the winner here at Bob Dove Field in Canfield in Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. If the Cardinals do win this one, they would host that second round playoff game. And that would be a fantastic matchup here at Cardinal Stadium if you could have one of the leading rushers in T.C. Caffey against this Canfield defense.
I'll tell you, it would be a test. You know, he got shut down last week at South Range. I think it was like 22 carries, 67 yards. And, you know, you thought tonight he would take out that frustration on New Philly, and that's been a heck of a ball game. I mean, we played, we went down to New Philly and watched Canfield really dominate New Philadelphia. I mean, that was 35-0 at halftime, if I remember right. And,
you are correct.
You know, I'm kind of shocked at that score. I don't know. I just thought there might be. I thought Hubbard would I thought Caffey would kind of have his way early in this game. I mean, it's only in the second quarter there, but a little shocking that it's only 3-0.
So Notre Dame Cathedral Latin now behind the 8 ball, 21-0 just to start our second quarter. And they came out with just 5 seconds on the play clock. Lowry with 111 yards rushing and 45 yards passing here in the first half. They go on the ground, and they give it back to their main back in Ashton Gotham, who picks up about 2 or 3 yards on the carry. And that's the bright spot so far for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin is Ashton Gotham, the way he has carried the football for the Lions. We saw a lot of Mark Tomei on film, but Gotham has been carrying the football really well here in the later half of the season for the Lions.
For those of you older people out there, you know, the youngin' next to me was unaware who Marissa Tomei was, so Mike Ackelson and I had to explain to him, you need to go watch the movie My Cousin Vinny. So all of you listening at home obviously know what I'm talking about, and we try to explain who she was, and I'm hoping this weekend he gets a chance to check that one out.
3rd down and 4 for NDCL. Jacob Koenig in the pistol formation now. Canfield looking for their second 3 and out. Quick pass far side.
There.
Nobody home, and 2 Cardinals come in and knock down Koenig in the backfield. A corner blitz.
And he's slow getting up, but I think that's more of just a frustration slow of getting up. I mean, he took a lick there, although he has got a little limp as he's taken off onto the sideline, but it could be a little bit of both there. A little bit of a lick and the fact that, you know, you can't get anything going offensively.
Drew Carosi and Hunter Knotts in on the pressure. And now Carosi will step back at his own 35 and look to receive this punt. As Spedick will boot it away. It will take another nice Lions bounce. Carosi picks it up. Great awareness. Jukes past the 40 and is knocked down at the 42-yard line. Great job by Carosi. Takes a room service hop. Instead of the ball being inside the 25, they're out past the 40.
I was just going to say, you know, they put the beanbag down. He picked it up at the 30, so he got 10 yards, and that ball would have probably trickled down close to the 20. So that's a 20-yard differential. Actually, they're going to give it to him out to the 42. So very good awareness by Drew Carosi.
1st down and 10. Canfield looking to continue their streak. 3 for 3 scoring when they have the football on the offensive side. This time they go split back. Lowry, design run, and he's just going to smartly go down. That's a loss of 3.
And you hit it right on the head. That's a smart move there. You know, Brock Lowry from last year maybe tries to make a little too much out of that and, you know, puts it on the ground or takes a big hit. And, you know, you kind of live to fight another day there. It's still only 2nd and 13 here. And the way they've been moving the football, you take your chances.
The quick package back in for Canfield. Gavin Raymond, Paolo Papalia enter as Michael Crawford and Hunter Knotts will come out. Empty gun. They spread them out 5 wide. Lowry to throw. Notre Dame Cathedral out with a big blitz. Over the middle, a bubble screen to Carosi, and he is tackled for a loss. Great coverage in the secondary.
I can't get a
number 21 for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, and Farrell read it very well.
And I'll tell you what, he doesn't make that play there, and it's green all the way down into the end zone. That's just a great read by him. Great see that was kind of setting up there. And he actually gets a tackle for a loss on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 15.
8:30 left to play in our first half. Lowry, a low snap, looking to throw, guns it over the middle, and he throws it behind his receiver as Lowry was absolutely drilled in the backfield by a couple of Lions.
That's one of those, let's be real, that's a flag. My only guess might be that that's an uncatchable ball because there was a lot of contact there prior to the ball being delivered. But, down on the field, that may have been just one of those that they deemed it uncatchable.
A nice stop for NDCL, though. The first time I
think that's Lowry's first incompletion of the night as well.
You are correct. Canfield to punt inside their own 25.
They'll run it down to 1 second.
They snap it back. The lefty kicker boots it away. At the 30, Tome
muff.
bobbles it, but he does regain possession at the 32. So, man, that would have been a big bullet for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin if they turn that over, as they have not gotten any offensive production here in the first half. Their drive so far, a punt to start, a 3 and out, another punt, and then followed by their last drive, a 3 and out.
And it was their the first two plays of the game were their big hitters. I think 13, 14 yards on the first play and another 12-yard, 2 first downs on 2 plays. And after that, it's really, this Canfield defense has really bottled them up.
NDCL with a heavy package. I formation. They hand it off. It's Gotham, and Gotham is brought down in the backfield. Number 16 will make the tackle, Nicola Coca. And that's a pickup of about 3 yards for Gotham.
And he runs hard. He does run the football hard. He just hasn't had, when he does get a little room, he's able to make something happen. But he just really hasn't been able to see too many holes, at least on the inside.
They go to the Wildcat formation. They will toss it off. They go back to Gotham up the middle, and he picks up 2 yards to the 39. It'll be 3rd down and 5 yards for NDCL. And this is where Notre Dame Cathedral Latin's going to have to open up the playbook, trailing 21-0. The clock in the favor of Canfield.
And this has kind of been the MO. It seems like it's been 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, and they've tried to go to the air and they just haven't had a whole lot of success.
They're down 5. Koenig in the backfield takes a snap. Quick trigger outside. It's complete on the far sideline, but
right
no room to run. An open field tackle for the Cardinals secondary as Ryan Schneider came up with a tackle.
And that was just well read. In this secondary, like I said, it's like a broken record, but they've done such a fantastic job all season long. And it's like Koenig it's like he doesn't want to throw the ball. Everything is kind of these short routes, and until they can show that they can extend the field, Canfield's going to be all over that.
Will Epich was on the reception, but turned around and faced 2 Cardinals right in front of him, and they are forced to punt again. Spedic with a lot of action here tonight as Kovats will make the catch, and it's
punt?
inside the 20. That is his 5th punt indeed.
We still got 6:28 remaining here in the second. That's a lot of punts.
So Canfield could really put the nail in the coffin here if they could surge down the field and put 6 more on the board before the half. 6:28 left to play. The first punt of the night for the Canfield Cardinals in their last possession.
And you hit it right on the head. I think, with just under 7 minutes here, if they can put a long drive together, get on the board, whether a touchdown or a field goal before halftime, and know that they're going to get the ball to start this second half, would kind of be a backbreaker for NDCL.
Here's Danny Inglis with the carry, and he picks up 1 yard to the 20. Tried to stretch out NDCL, but they got a quick secondary. They have a great linebacking crew with Luke Peroni, Josh Grambo, and Ryan Zucker.
I'll tell you what, give Inglis credit there, because he was about 5 yards deep in the backfield trying to be patient to kind of hope for something to open up. It just didn't open up, but he was able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, actually gain a half a yard.
2nd down and 9. 5:50 left to play. Michael Crawford in the backfield for the Cardinals. Lowry to throw. Has plenty of time. Airs it out down the middle of the field, and it's caught in rhythm by Drew Carosi.
I said it earlier. It was coming, and I'm going to tell you what. You can't make a better throw.
He squeezed that baby in there.
You cannot make a better throw. And I'll tell you what, great hands by Drew Carosi. And, man, that's pretty. That's fun to watch. You don't see that in high school football with that accuracy and that precision. And we're lucky that we get to do these games, I'll tell you what.
There's no doubt about it. A beautiful throw and rhythm by Brock Lowry to Drew Carosi, his favorite target all season long. That's his 23rd reception, over 290 yards. Lowry now with some running room up the middle. Here he goes inside the 15. Can he win the battle to the pylon? Brought down inside the 5. Number 17 chased him down, and Ryan Nixa. Another big run by Lowry.
He just ran out of room on the sideline there, or else he gets in the end zone. And we just talked about how special he is through the air, but I'll tell you what, he does such a fantastic job on the ground as well.
Canfield looks to punch it in again. We approach 5 minutes. First down and goal at the NDCL 4. Back to the heavy package inside the 5, and we're going to have a timeout taken by the Cardinals. Head coach Mike Pavlansky will take his first timeout. We will take one with him. We'll be back here on YSN.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Canfield takes their first timeout as they await first down and goal at the 4-yard line. 21-0. Canfield with the lead here in this second quarter. Lowry puts a man in motion. That's Danny Inglis. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off. Crawford, walk-in touchdown. Cardinals back on the board.
That's exactly what we said they needed to do there. And I'll tell you what, that just kind of is an exclamation point here in the second quarter. And they're doing whatever they want to do right now offensively. And, you know, they're getting great push up front. The offensive line is getting down to that second, section, those on the backers. And the running backs and Brock Lowry are finding the holes, and they're making it look easy right now.
4 yards out, Michael Crawford gets on the board. Man, has he been a wrecking ball here in the later half of the season. And the extra point is up, and the extra point is good. 27-0. Canfield comes out with a strike. What a start for the Cardinals. When we come back, we'll have a report down on the sideline.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
What a start for the Cardinals as they lead big, 27-0. We're going to send it down to the sidelines. Mike Ackelson, what'd you see on that drive?
Well, I'll tell you what, Richie, on that drive, the offensive line was just blowing open holes. And at the 4-yard line, all I saw was pancakes. They were delivered out there. That's exactly what Canfield's offensive line is dishing out tonight. Those guys deserve a lot of credit because they're making the room for Lowry and Crawford to just do their thing. And the thing that I'm seeing now out of Notre Dame Cathedral, their will is getting broke. Heads are hanging. If you watch them walk off the field after that extra point, they slowly walk to that sideline. Right now, they don't want any part of Canfield.
And we got a little camera action for you there, Mike. We had you on the live broadcast. Got to show off that nice pull over there.
Love it. They're scoring again. This is over.
All right, thanks, Mike. We'll check back with him at halftime. You got to love Mike Ackelson.
I'll tell you
what a guy.
You know, for those of you that don't know, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but I was fortunate enough before I got into education and coaching and everything, I went to school, got a degree from Kent State to go into radio and television production, and got to intern at 21 and got to intern with Mike Ackelson and Dana Balish. And, 20-some years later, it's awesome to get to work together again. And I'll tell you what, I'm having a blast doing this. I know he's having a blast doing this, and I know you're having a blast doing this. So, I was excited when we were going to try to put this together, and, this has been awesome.
And I think it's turned out pretty well so far.
Especially when it's 28-0 too. That helps a little bit.
A big lead for the Cardinals here in the first half. Another loss on the ground for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. 2nd down and 12. Option right side this time. Koenig will flip it off. Here's Gotham. Plenty of room, and then he is knocked down. The corner did not seal the block on the outside as
I think he
Brandon
cuts up
Smool
inside.
missed the block.
I think he just misread the block to be inside. I think he should cut up inside there, and I'll tell you what, he would have been off to the races. It would have been interesting.
3rd down and now 6 yards to go.
And this has been like deja vu here, and they just have not converted on these 3rd and 5s, 3rd and 6s.
3rd and 6. A man in motion. Koenig slings it way too high over his intended receiver. He was looking for Epich, but Epich was going to need a ladder to catch that one.
Yeah, he's struggling to find his footing back there. And I'll tell you what, he's hearing footsteps because they're in the backfield, and it continues to, just he hears the footsteps. He can't get the ball away when he wants to, and when he does, it seems like it's either overthrown or off target. And, hey, another theme. There's been a lot of themes this year, but we talked how many times this year has the halftime score been 35-0, Richie? And with 4 minutes remaining here, and Canfield's now going to have the ball at their own 38-yard line, up 28-0, with that opportunity to make it 35-0. We talked about that at Cleveland JFK. I think it was a 35-0 score. The new Philly, 35-0 score. I'm trying to think. Cheney, I believe, was 35-0. So it's kind of been one of those things that we've had, and we might be having some technical difficulties here. We're just finding out, but we'll try to get it right back up. But we'll keep you here with the live motion, and Carosi's going to take the handoff, and he's going to find some room, it looks like, and he's going to end up getting a 1st down right near midfield.
Out across to midfield at a 50 for Carosi. Another nice game for him on the ground. As we will have the video right back up for you. There's Brian Scott behind the scenes, the wizard and the best here on YSN, who will put us back on the air. 1st down and 10 for Canfield as they lead 28-0 here in the 2nd quarter. The 6th drive for the Cardinals. They're 5 for 6. Handoff right side.
Patient here. Getting some positive yardage inside NDCL territory down to the 47-yard line.
There's Danny Inglis on the carry for a pickup of 3. We've called his name a couple more times as he's starting to get more involved with this offense as the season goes on.
And that's not shocking. We talked about how his father and, what kind of a football player he was at Fitch, and the apple did not fall far from the tree. So it was only a matter of time to really get his feet wet in this offense and on defense for the Cardinals.
Lowry looking to throw.
Day.
He's going to roll out to his weak side to the left, throwing off his off shoulder, and he delivers a dot. Carosi again, inside the 20, stays on his feet, and is drugged down inside the 10. Off shoulder, off balance, doesn't matter. Another big connection between Carosi and Lowry.
You just used the word wizard for Brian, but I'll tell you what, he just took his magic wand, he threw that off his back foot across his body like you're taught not to do. I mean, my goodness. I'll tell you what, each and every week he just improves and gets better, which is scary. He's still got another season, for crying out loud.
1st and goal at the 5. Inglis in motion. Crawford on the carry. He is bunched up right towards the goal line.
Down.
No chance of stopping Michael Crawford. Back into the end zone for another touchdown.
I mean, we talk about how hard he runs. I mean, I remember the new Philly game is where it really was really evident. Some of the runs that he had were just, he couldn't be stopped. And just when you think he's down, he's not.
Ben Pugh will look to knock it through. 34-0. Cardinals with the lead.
Well,
and we will have a running clock if they stay at 35 in the second half. Pugh will knock it through again. He's only missed one extra point, and it was blocked.
Wow.
What a start for the Canfield Cardinals, as it's 35-0. And let's go back down to the field. Mike Ackelson, what do you see there?
I saw Brock Lowry absolutely just buy all the time in the world, and I'm hearing you guys go, no. Oh, yeah, it worked. And you get the big pass play there. You get the touchdown out of Crawford. Everything is just going the way it is for Canfield tonight. Perfect. What a game planned out up by Mike Pavlansky and his staff. You take away those first two plays from Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, this has been an entire domination by the Cardinals.
There's no doubt about it, Mike. 35-0 Canfield, and we have the potential for a running clock in the second half. I know you're down there, a little chilly out there tonight. That's got to be a nice feeling down there on the sideline.
Love that pullover.
Feels good. I'm not sitting in the studio tonight. There's no pizza for me. I'm getting some exercise. I'm walking. It's all good.
All right, Mike, thanks.
Oh, man.
35-0.
Hey.
Zach Ahmed will look to kick it away back into the back of the end zone.
That's Zach's fault because you and I both had some Coca's Pizza earlier.
That's true.
You know, and once again, shout out to Steve Coca. And, you know, we've mentioned his two sons here tonight an awful lot. And, you know, we talked about how much Coca's Pizza we've eaten between our Wednesday nights and, you know, before Friday night games. And, I mean, it's, you know, and for me, it's right down the street. We had our coaches meeting up there. I take my son there all the time. It's, you know, it's fantastic to have it here in Canfield. And, you know, we're lucky to have him here in Canfield and what he does for this community and all the communities around the area. So shout out to you, Steve. I'm sure you're here somewhere tonight, so I doubt you're listening to this. But if you watch the replay, you know you heard me shout you out.
Koenig will hand it off again. Nothing going in the backfield. Another loss on the ground. And the tackle off the defensive end. And Hunter Knotts with another tackle.
And, you know, we kind of talked about this earlier. I said, you know, Coach Hurdley and Coach Ignazio, these guys will get it figured out. And after those first two carries, they've got it figured out. And they got it figured out in a big way. In fact, there's been very few first downs since those first two carries in this football game. There's a big hole.
Up the middle this time, it's number 8 in Ashton Gotham, who gets past the 25 to the 26.
What down do you think it is, and how far do you think they got to go, Richie?
Looks like third down.
3rd and 5. I mean, this has been all night long, and once again, just having a hard time converting here on these 3rd and 5 and 6 and see what they can do here.
We're going to pitch it out to number 8, as it looks like Gotham is going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down again with now 1 minute and 13 seconds left on the game clock.
And how many, if they end up punting, which they are going to punt here, how many punts is that in this half? Is this 7 or 8?
This will be punt number 7.
Unbelievable. I can't remember the last time 7 punts in the first half. That's impressive.
They'll punt it again. Spedick, who will boot it away from his own 15.
Let this clock run down.
1 second on the play clock, and they're going to call a timeout. So on the game clock, 37.5 seconds left. As we're going to take a break. We'll be back after this here on YSN.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
NDCL looks to punt it away 4th down and 4 at their own 26. 37 seconds left to play in our first half. Richie Giuliano alongside Gary Niddle here in the booth tonight on a gorgeous night for football. And a nice punt by Spedick, received at the 39-yard line. And Canfield will probably run one play and let this thing go to the half.
That would be my guess.
So Canfield, who has been explosive offensively in that first half, they lead 35-0. Brock Lowry with 2 touchdowns on the ground, and Michael Crawford with 2 touchdowns on the ground as well. And the Cardinals are just going to knee it. So they're going to take the knee, and they're going to head to the halftime. So Canfield will take a knee, and they will head to half, as the Cardinals with a great first half of action here on YSNLive.com and our first half of the round number 1.
And I know Mike Ackleson's trying to talk to Coach Pavlansky, and we're having a little bit of a hard time, a little technical difficulty here. But if we're not able to get the audio on, we will talk to him after he's done talking to Coach Pavlansky, and he'll let us know.
So we're going to
tell me they're ready to go. Here we go. Okay. Here, we can do the audio. All right. Mike, talk about this first half for you.
Really pleased with our guys. Obviously never expected this, but our guys are playing really well right now.
You couldn't have dialed that up better. 3 drives, 3 scores.
Yeah, absolutely. Brock's special, and the guys blocking for him, and Michael Crawford running the football. We're hitting on all cylinders tonight.
Perfect. That off.
I think we may have lost Mike, but we'll watch them as they walk off arm in arm.
Guys are really growing up all year long, and they're seeing the fruits of that tonight.
I'm going to let you get to halftime. You got a lot of work to do, but thanks. We'll talk to you after the game.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mike.
Coach.
Good to see you.
And there's head coach Mike Pavlansky. Thanks to him for his time here at the half. We'll step aside, and we'll be back after this.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Going from mindful to mindful sometimes requires a helping, healing hand. Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness offers a continuum of mental health and wellness care. At Insight, we're changing the way you receive counseling and wellness services with experienced licensed clinicians and expertly trained wellness staff. With 4 locations in Mahoning and Columbiana County, along with telehealth services, Insight offers clients quick access to care when they need it. Transform your mental health and wellness at Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
When I was in high school, one of my closest friends, his father actually worked at Greenwood Chevrolet. You know, selling cars is what we do, but that's not what we're about. It's very rarely ever about the car. It's about how you could make somebody feel. It's about how you could help somebody, and those are the proud moments, and I'm telling you, I got way too many to name, and I could never picture myself working anywhere else. I'm Anthony Facillo, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, Or if I play in front of two, there's an audience of one, getting 100% of what I can do.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit WRSwealth.com. Good luck, athletes.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Erin Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet's back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Canfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99, and $2 beer starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
Every customer.
"60 years ago, Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods began with 3 siblings, a hand-set sawmill, and a few local orders. And while business has certainly changed over the years, what has not are our principles of hard work, craftsmanship, and commitment to quality. At Baird Brothers, we're proud to put our name on the products we create, from moldings and doors to flooring and lumber. Thank you for 60 great years. We look forward to 60 more. Baird Brothers, for the place you love.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, Whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget, I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
Back from Bob Dove Field here in Canfield, Ohio, 35-0. The Cardinals, in their first-round playoff game, lead the Notre Dame Cathedral Latin Lions. Richie Giuliano, Gary Niddle with you here tonight with our sideline reporter, and Mike Ackelson. And we're going to hear from Mike Ackelson later in this third quarter, and hopefully we could get a post-game interview with head coach Mike Pavlansky. And once again, we'd like to thank Coach for his time before the half. Busy man, controlling the football team, but had some time to talk with Mike Ackelson. I mean, we just can't thank him enough here on YSN. Every Wednesday, dedicates 2 hours of his time to come out to Coca's Pizza he has just truly been phenomenal to all of us.
Absolutely. And, he'll tell you, it's when you're retired, you got all this free time, and he loves doing it. But, he did it last year. He did it while he was still working full-time, and he enjoys it. He embraces this. And we have a lot of coaches. We're very fortunate, in the network that embrace this and realize, it puts a little spotlight on these kids, and a spotlight deservedly so.
Gianni Spedic with the big leg. Kicks it off into the end zone, and a touchback. Canfield will start at the 20 to start this ball game, and 35, Coach Niddle, has been the magic number for this Canfield football team. Every other week it seems like they're up 35-0 at half.
It's not even every other week. I think at one point, like we were saying, when it froze a little earlier, I was trying to think through my head, and I think it was like 4 straight weeks it was 35-0. And, I'll tell you what, Coach Pav will take that every week of this playoffs if he can. No doubt about it.
First down and 10. Lowry back out there leading the offense. He will hand it off. Inside the tackles, the Canfield football team running, and it's a pickup of about 4 yards.
And I'll tell you what, I bet we can probably look like offensive coordinator geniuses right now with these play calls. Because my guess is you're going to see a lot of dive left, dive right, run some clock. Play clocks are going to be run down under 5 seconds here on this first drive. And I'd also guess this is probably the last series that you'll see the first team out for Canfield. But I'm sure, Coach Pav wanted them to come out at least for one series here in this second half to prepare them for next week.
Split back formation for Canfield. This time they hand it off. Danny Inglis, burst of speed. Look at the speed from Danny Inglis. Down the middle of the field, and he is gone.
Well, close to a dive. Oh, my goodness. We were just talking at halftime. With Mike, we were up here and just talking about how young this offensive line is and for Canfield and how they've gelled into the point of, at this point in the season, they're like groomed veterans out there. And we were talking about Crawford at the running back position and what was going to be the next running back that's going to be coming through. You got Schneider coming back, and, then you got Inglis we were talking about too. We going to head down that, Ack?
We'll head down after this extra point.
We'll get the extra point first.
Ben Moneyman Pugh will boot it in, and it is through. Let's go down to Mike Ackelson. Mike, what a big run from Danny Inglis as he raced 76 yards, a burst of speed. Nobody was stopping Danny Inglis. Mike, what'd you see from that run there?
I don't think he can hear us down there, or he might be having some audio issues. We'll stay on him here for a minute as kicking teams are still coming out.
So we're having some trouble with Mike Ackelson down there on the sideline. Still give him some love, though, on the video.
We'll come back to him.
42-0, Canfield with the lead.
He's used to having the airtime, doing audible calls, so we got to make sure that we can get him a little face-to-face down there. Well, just like that, it's 42-0, and we're going to have this running clock. We're at 10:07 remaining here, and as soon as this ball is kicked off, the clock will start running. And
all right, now we got Mike Ackelson on the line. Mike, what'd you see from that big touchdown run?
Absolutely what you needed to see. The offensive line just continued their domination, blew open the big hole. You got the running back, Inglis. He finds the nice little seam, makes a little cutback move, and basically it was daylight to the house. He had reservations for 6. So just like that, everything going Canfield's way. You got the running clock now. I would expect this not to see another pass out of the Canfield offense tonight.
There's no doubt about it.
Tomei on the return.
Run the football like
Brought down by number 11, Danny Inglis, and number 27, Don Marzano.
In this third quarter.
All right.
First down and 10 for the Lions. They finally got to bring the ball outside of their own end zone on a kickoff.
And, I was going to stay with Mike there because I assumed Zach was going to get one out of the end zone again, but that was a rarity.
Koenig Option.
Oh,
reverse.
a little reverse.
A nice little play for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. On the far sideline, a pickup of more than 10 outside the 30 and brought down at the 35.
And, you know, if you had that in your repertoire coming into this week, and, yeah, it's 42-0, but you want to get it in at this point. What good does it do keeping it in your hip pocket and, you know, let the kids have a little bit of fun out there, and well executed there.
Wildcat formation now for NDCL. Matt Farrell is acting as the quarterback. They will hand it off. Here's Tomei. Quick pitch brought down in the backfield.
And they're just not getting fooled up front like they were in those first two plays that they had, you know, to start this game off. Outside of that, they're just not having that success that they had. They're not getting the push up front that Canfield was able to have the push up front like they're doing on the offensive line. And, you know, and Mike mentioned it, you know, they're kind of, I don't want to say they're quitting at this point, but it's difficult, you know, when you're getting.
This time a design run on the Wildcat. Outside, it's Farrell trying to stretch out the Cardinals defense, but only picks up about 1.5 yards. Third down and long again, and we've touched on many themes in tonight's ball game. That's been one of them for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin's offense. Third down and long on almost every drive.
And I honestly, and I could be wrong, but I don't think they've converted a third down yet. When they had their first downs, it was first down and 10, and they got a first down the first two plays. And outside of that, they have not converted on third down all night long.
Koenig comes back out. He looks to throw, rolling to his left, dumps it off near side.
Got a flag.
It is complete to number 4, Tim Mamone on his first reception. He is still short of that line to gain, and a holding call against Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. It looks like it's going to be on number 73 and Brian Taylor on that right side of the line. That's their right guard.
And instead of a fourth down and about 5, they're going to move them back, so it's going to be third and, well, let's see where that flag's going to be at. It's going to be about 3rd and 30 maybe.
Still a running clock here in the third quarter, under 7 minutes to go already. 42-0 as the Lions trot all the way back to their own 21.
Now that third and long is a little more
longer.
difficult, huh?
Third down at 24.
Degree of difficulty.
And this is where the Lions have struggled. They have not been able to throw the football downfield whatsoever. We'll see if they try just a little quick bubble. Koenig. Quick pass, far side. It is complete to number 17, Ryan Nixa, on his first reception, and then tackled from behind. A pickup of about 6 yards, but the punt team will come back on the field.
You know, this is one of those rare, they have a full punt team that they bring in. All 11 players come in and change out. You don't see that very often in high school football.
And you mentioned this before earlier in the broadcast. They have some special packages they run out there. They interchange off the sideline more than any team I've seen this entire season. The punt off the leg of Septic. Carosi muffs the punt, and it's going to be picked up by Notre Dame Cathedral Latin at the 46. So the first mistake by the Cardinals here in the football game. And that was Coca, actually, who muffed the punt.
And, you know, that's, you know, your defense just did a great job getting, you know, a 3.5 and out, I guess, with the fourth play, even though it was, you know, 3 and they got pushed back because of the holding. But now you got to bring that defense back out onto the field. And I'll tell you what, we talk about this all season long. They want the shutout. You know, so now you're giving them the ball inside your own, you know, well, at the 45 of Canfield here, and defense is going to have to step up once again.
Koenig in the gun, and a timeout is going to be called by NDCL. We will step aside. 5:15 left to play in the third when we come back.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit WRSwealth.com.
First down and 10 for the Lions on the muff punt. A man in motion, they fake the jet sweep. Here comes some pressure, and another sack in the backfield from number 84, and Connor Cernecka. That's a loss of 5 back to midfield.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. All night long on Koenig.
And this is a very small Notre Dame Cathedral Latin offensive line compared to what they're facing on the opposition.
And in years past, I mean, they used to come in with some big boys, and this is not what we're used to seeing out of them.
2nd and 15 now. Koenig looking to throw over the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. Michael Crawford almost had a pick. Instead, it's incomplete, and it's 3rd down and very long again for NDCL. And after the muff punt, Notre Dame Cathedral Latin might not be able to take advantage of the opportunity. Credit this Cardinal defense.
Absolutely.
Who has just been so stout all night long. Not breaking the chain one bit. Pressure coming. Koenig flush out of the pocket, dancing around. He's still rolling out. And he's brought down all the way back to the 35 by Ryan Schneider. Schneider with his 2nd sack of the ball game. This time a loss of over 10 yards. And the punting unit, all 11 back on the field for the Lions.
And it's a 4th and 30. So they went backwards, backwards, and backwards there after starting at the Canfield 45. And credit once again this Canfield defense and stepping up.
The Lions will punt it away. I mean, if you talk about one bright spot for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, it's definitely their punter. And number 44, Gianni Spedic, he's just a junior, 6'2", 175. We have not seen him kick an extra point, but we did at the half. He was kicking from the 35 to the 40 and nailing them.
Yeah, and that's a weapon they didn't really get to show outside of, I think, is that punt 10? It's been at least
that was 9.
2.
Punt 9.
Wow. And with a running clock, still 3 minutes left here in the third, that's a lot of punts. That just shows you what Canfield has done defensively all night long.
Split back formation. And the Wildcat. Backup quarterback and Drew Carosi in. Split back for the Cardinals. Carosi will take it. He will give it. Ryan Schneider off the left side. And a pickup of about 4 yards.
This isn't a bad time to get Carosi some little bit of action here just in case, knocking on wood, something should happen. He hasn't had a whole lot of opportunity.
And we saw what happened in week 4. You never know. Unfortunately, this team was plagued with some sickness.
Right.
And Drew Carosi had to come in and fill the gap of Lowry, and he did a great job of controlling that football game. So the Cardinals know they got a great 1-2 punch just in case. Under 2 minutes left to play. 5 on the play clock for Canfield. 2nd down and a long 5. They hand it off this time. Big hole up the middle, out across the 30. Let's see who got this carry. Number 33 for the Cardinals, and that is Scotty Eaton.
Scotty Eaton. Sophomore, super soft.
And he's got some great playing time this year.
He has.
Scotty Eaton, who is just a young sophomore, as you mentioned, 6'1", 161 pounds.
And when you say a young sophomore, he just turned. He should be a freshman. The way his age, he's kind of one of those that he's going to be the youngest in the sophomore class as opposed to being the oldest in the freshman class.
This time they go left side. It's Eaton again, racing across the 35, and he is down at the 36.
And we were fortunate as we were heading up here to see him down on the field. It was nice to see Scotty, and looking forward to him on the baseball diamond this year and expect a lot of big things out of him on the baseball diamond as well.
.45 seconds left to play in our third quarter. 2nd down and 6, a 4-yard gain for Scotty Eaton.
Assume this will be the last play of this quarter.
Carosi will take it. They spread the wealth. They go right side this time. And another first down pickup on the ground all the way out to the 44-yard line. And that was Danny Inglis on the carry for the Cardinals. And it looks like Canfield is going to walk to the sideline as the game clock at 8 seconds, play clock over 20. That will take us to the final quarter when we come back.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
Fourth quarter here from Bob Dove Field. Let's send it down to Mike Ackelson. Ack, what a night for Brock Lowry, the starting quarterback.
Oh, absolutely. You can't beat his night. 148 yards, rushing on 8 attempts, 2 touchdowns, and then he's 5 of 6 passing for 130 yards. What a great night for him, and he only played a half. So he's going to be well rested moving into next week's game. And the Cardinals, they're just going to grind this one out the rest of the way. So we'll take it from there. But this has been a solid game plan by the staff, everybody. The players executed. You couldn't ask for a better night from the Cardinals.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. We'll get back to you later in this fourth quarter.
Okay.
2nd down and 7 for Canfield on a pickup of 3 for the Cardinals. Mike Ackelson, your first ever YSN Live sideline reporter. We're trying it out for the first time here tonight. Playoff action between Canfield and Notre Dame Cathedral Latin here in the first round of Region 9. They stretch him out. Here comes the speed to the near side, but nothing going. Nice defensive pursuit by the Lions. As on the carry for Canfield was number 20, Anthony Mazzella.
And you talk about, first, and that's what DJ, that was his vision with YSN, the brick by brick. That's what, you got to try new things and take some risks. And there's going to be some little hiccups as you go down that line, but, it's something that we want to kind of bring to you to get you as close to the field as we can each and every week. And, look forward to doing this in the future, maybe even the rest of these playoff games.
3rd down and 10. In the gun, 3 wide for the Cardinals, a man in motion. They'll fake the jet sweep. They're going to run it, and a little bit of the turf monster hit Eaton. As there's no gain on the play, it'll bring up 4th down and 9. And something you haven't seen a lot of here tonight, the punt team will come out. We have an update from Hubbard. The Hubbard Eagles leading New Philadelphia 18-7. 7:10 left to go in the third quarter from Hubbard.
Inching closer to a Canfield-Hubbard matchup next week.
And that's something that the fans around this valley have wanted throughout this entire season, with Hubbard going into week number 10 undefeated at 9-0. They beat the arch rival of the Cardinals in Poland. Canfield will get this punt away on a low snap, and a nice kick. Bounces inside the 10-yard line. What a kick off the left boot. So Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, not great field possession with 9:18 left to play in our fourth quarter. The Cardinals await the winner of New Philadelphia and Hubbard.
I think that was Inglis that was, you know, you got to look in the future, too. I'll tell you what, that was a very high kick.
The lefty
well
kick,
done.
too.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of caught us off guard.
Kept his composure after a bobbled snap, able to get it away. And here comes the NDCL offense, who has struggled heavily here tonight. Koenig in the shotgun. They will hand it off. Left side, running outside a big hole across the 25. Here go the Lions outside the 35 and still moving forward across the 40. What a great run by Notre Dame Cathedral Latin.
And it looked like two Cardinals just fell in the secondary there. I don't know if it was they got caught up in the turf, but that opened up a big gaping hole after he got past the line of scrimmage.
Ashton Gotham, the senior tailback, trying to go out strong here in his senior season on a big run there all the way from the 10.
There's a lot. Here we go again.
33-yard run.
They move. There's these guys all over. It's almost like they're not sure where they're supposed to be to get set up.
Back in the pistol formation. First down and 10 as we approach 8 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. They take the snap.
Right
they
up
hand it
the
off.
A-gap.
A missed tackle on the outside, and NDCL will get a pickup of about 3 yards out to the 45.
And I couldn't tell who that was. It shot through the gap there, but almost met the back in the backfield as the handoff was being taken.
Gain of 3, second down and 7.
And with this running clock, we're already down to 7:43 remaining here in the fourth quarter as NDCL is on the move.
Koenig in the gun. Canfield brings 6. They fake it. Read option. Koenig keeps dancing around across midfield and gets inside the 45 to the 44. Nice run from the senior quarterback in Jacob Koenig.
Just too many missed tackles there for Canfield. And, you know, hey, this young group and this second and third team that are out there for Canfield, this is valuable experience. You know, the fact that you're getting a play in a playoff game is going to help them down the road. But right now they just want to preserve this shutout with 7 minutes to go here in the fourth.
They'll go back to Gotham. Stretching out the defense. Cuts back up towards midfield. Gotham is still moving, and he's brought down inside the 20. Another big play for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, and that was Tome, on the carry for NDCL. It was not Gotham.
Coach Pav's out there. He's still animated. It's 42-0, but he's getting it in on the sideline, getting some guys into the game here and trying to get them fired up to get a little stand here inside their own 20.
Koenig back in the gun. Tome, left side, another decent hole, and he picks up about 5 yards to the 14-yard line.
This clock's going to roll inside 6 minutes here, probably before this next snap. About a 2nd and 6 here for NDCL as they try to send a play call in here.
And for the seniors.
And they want to set, they want to get on the board here. You know, you don't want to get shut out, especially like you said, as a senior, to go off on the field.
Quarterback draw. It's Koenig up the middle, and he leaps into the end zone for a touchdown.
And that was just a huge hole up the middle there. And there goes the shutout. Still 42-6. Once again, NDCL trouts out their whole special teams unit here, and we finally get to see the leg.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this will. I think he could get near the flag behind the goalpost.
Oh, there's no doubt. And I believe he's going to put everything he has into this kick. A little frustration kick from Spedick. They snap it back. The hold is good. Spedick, a booting kick, and yep, it got past the flag. It is good. 42-7, Notre Dame Cathedral Latin on the board. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Notre Dame Cathedral Latin is on the board here in the fourth quarter as they dump the shutout. It is 42-7. Canfield with the lead with 5:35 and a running clock to go here in the fourth quarter. Spedick with another nice spiral kick inside the 5. Return there as the Cardinals are going to bring the football out near side. A nice hole and a nice gain. The ball is loose. Ground. Notre Dame Cathedral Latin's going to scoop it in. They'll have the football at the 25. Picked up by number 22, Josh Grambo.
And these are the mistakes that Coach Pav doesn't want to see. To get sloppy here with 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And, you know, obviously this game is over for all intents and purposes, but you still don't want to see these miscues out on the field. This isn't what you want to remember going into next week. You want to remember the first 3.5 quarters of football where you dominated, not what's been happening here these last couple minutes.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's been a struggle for Canfield in the second half when the second team has come in. They've been outscored.
Yeah.
Option left side. Koenig going to keep it.
Oh, and
he flips it away. A dangerous
and
flip, and the Cardinals are going to fall on it, but we have a flag.
My guess is that was a unless that's maybe a horse collar.
If it was a penalty, it would be against loose.
That was, if that's a, I don't know. We're way up here. It's hard to tell, but and they're taking a long talk here too. I'm not sure if it was a forward pass, if they're going to say, or if it was a lat. I don't know what we're looking at here. They're still conversing.
Could be a horse collar.
I mean, that's.
I guess we're going to find out. Although they are discussing.
Got the football, and they're half the distance to the goal. Yeah. White shirts keep the ball.
So that's half the distance of the goal. The ball will be placed at the 13-yard line. Canfield could have put the ball game away if they recovered.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, that's a tough call to make there. But once again, they're down there. We're way up here. It's hard to tell. And
Notre Dame Cathedral Latin with second life. Koenig hands it off. This is Gotham bumping outside. Breaks a couple tackles, still on his feet, carrying defenders, and is ripped down inside right at the 5. What a hard run by Gotham as we're at the 4-minute mark.
And he showed that quality all night long that he's going to run hard. He just didn't see too many holes with that first team out there. Now he's starting to see some holes and carrying some of those defenders.
Update once again from Hubbard. The Eagles back on the scoreboard, 25-7. They lead New Philly with 3:25 left to go in the third. Second down and 1. I formation. Koenig hands it off once again.
Geez.
And Gotham slips through one. He's slippery here tonight, and the Cardinals had him wrapped up in the backfield.
Speaking of slippery, so I mean,
we've
got 3 minutes left. I happened to stop in the AD office earlier today before the game while the kids were still in school, and I see Brock Lowry in there talking to Coach Cochran, and he's in a hot dog costume for Halloween here at Canfield, and 84 students dressed up as hot dogs for Halloween, and we wanted to get the Lowry in earlier. He's slippery like a hot dog, but it looks like Gotham got the call tonight as NDCL does get on the board again.
Gotham punches it in from 4 out on the option, and back-to-back scores for NDCL.
And this is going to be one of those, again, you look at the scoreboard, and it's a more respectable 42-14 score, but when you look first team only, it was complete dominance by Canfield. And, now it's just kind of getting some late scores here against second team. And
snap is low. Spedic gets it away, and he knocks it through. 42-14, we'll step aside and be back.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
And welcome back to Bob Dove Field here in Canfield, Ohio, the site for Region 9. First week of the playoffs between NDCL and Canfield. Canfield came in the number 4 seed in the region as they entered at 9-1. Canfield this time will hold on to the football, get out to the 21, and if they pick up a first down, this game could be chalk.
Yeah, they got to hold on to the football. They got to attack the line, like you said. I think one first down. I know NDCL has 2 timeouts remaining, and I don't think they use them. I think it's more of a gamesmanship type thing.
So let's see who the Cardinals trot out to lead the offense.
My guess is might be Ben this time. But you got the...
You are right.
You've got the...
Paul Bendis is under center. And they're just going to QB sneak it up the middle. Very conservative here. Pickup of 2 yards.
And in all reality, if NDCL does not use a timeout, this will take it under 2 minutes. You're looking, it'll be under about 45 seconds here if they run the clock down. And after this game is over, we plan on going down to Mike Ackelson, who is going to try to get a hold of Coach Pavlansky at the end of this game and talk to him a little bit about what happened tonight. And I'm sure the question is going to be whether it's Hubbard or it's going to be New Philly. What do you got in store? I don't think he's going to get an answer to that.
No. Jack Fabry on the jet sweep. No gain. Back to the 25.
We're down under 2 minutes remaining here with a $1:33 or $1:53 remaining. Excuse me.
And it will be 3rd down and 6 for the Cardinals at their own 25. Canfield looks to meet Hubbard. And because Canfield won week number 10 and Hubbard lost, they got the number 4 seed. They jumped the Eagles, and they will host that game next week here in Canfield.
Well, we could let Ack know if he doesn't know the score. He can tell Coach Pavitt, at least as of right now, looks like it's going to be Hubbard next week.
They go jet sweep right side this time. Nothing going as number 5 will come in and crash the party. Luke Peroni with the tackle for Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. A pickup of just 1 for Canfield. It's 4th down and a very short 6.
And they will
30 on the play clock and a minute
here.
3 on the game clock.
Even if they go for it here, there's going to, like we were saying earlier, it'll be about 30-some seconds left on the change of possession. Although, I'm not sure Coach Pav he's got some guys huddled up over here on the side. Take a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to take a timeout, so that
clock's still running.
That will stop the game clock, and they're going to take a delay game.
Okay.
So smart play. NDCL thought they took a timeout.
Canfield will punt it away, and maybe we'll get to see Inglis's leg again here. Is that who? Can you see who's back there, Richie?
That is Danny Inglis.
All right, well.
The new punter. So the delay of game pushes it back to the 20.
Oh, we got some whistles.
And we're going to have another delay of game.
You don't see that very often. Off of a timeout.
They didn't get set. They weren't set. They were still shuffling guys in and out, and they continue to shuffle them in and out.
They still are, but I don't know. This is a crazy ending to a 42-14 game, I can tell you that.
Under 10 seconds on the play clock. Inglis is itching to get this one away. They snap it back. He has it. Pressure coming in, and he gets it away. Tomei will call for a fair catch, and he will take the fair catch at the 49-yard line. 28.6 seconds left. Mike Ackelson preparing to try and grab head coach Mike Pavlansky, who's going to be in a pack out there in the middle of the field.
Yeah, you can see the Wolves hunkering in. He's working his way over. You can see him working his way. He's getting the pre-interview lined up.
Notre Dame Cathedral Latin on the left side, a short gain, and that should probably do it here from Canfield.
Yeah, the coaches are walking on for NDCL. The coaches are on the field, so this one's over.
So Canfield's going to come away with a victory, 42-14 overall. What a performance from the first team by Canfield. They dominated both sides of the football, and a great victory and a lot of momentum moving forward as we continue this win streak here at Canfield, and they will look to take on the winner of Hubbard and New Philadelphia. Most likely is going to be Hubbard.
And I think with the last update we saw 25-7.
25-7.
Hubbard. And here shortly we'll head down to Mike, and we'll get the final words from Coach Pavlansky and Mike Ackelson. The two mics on the mic.
Two mics on the mic.
I like it.
Mike and
we
Mike.
might have to Mike and Mike.
Mike and Mike. I like that. That's going to be our new slogan. Mike and Mike. And he's nodding his head saying, yes, sir.
He's ready. But, Coach Pav being Coach Pav, he's going to make sure he gets around to everyone over on those sidelines for NDCL and tell them what a great season and what a great rivalry they've had these last couple years.
And Canfield has now won 4 out of their last 5 meetings and their second win in the playoffs against Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. Back in 2017, in a neutral site, the Cardinals knocked off the Lions 22-7, and now on their home turf, they beat NDCL 42-14. What a performance by the Canfield Cardinals here tonight. And Mike Ackelson nearing closer to head coach Mike Pavlansky. And we're going to put Mike Ackelson here live down on the field with Coach
Pavlansky next to him.
Mike, take it away.
We are with Mike Pavlansky. Big win tonight. Your first teams, that first half was absolutely professional.
I'm really proud of our guys and how hard they played. And, this crew's been special since day one because all they wanted to do was build on the legacy of Canfield football. They're the 7th team in school history in 100 years to win 10 games. And, they're pretty proud of that.
Just talk about the way that first few plays on defense, you bent a little, but after that defense played one heck of a
we
game.
knew they would come to play, and our guys had to get their feet wet, Mike, and overall, really pleased with what we saw.
What's it mean to get another home game for this team?
Tremendous. Last year we had 2 home playoff games, so it's the second team to get 2 home playoff games, and we're going to enjoy this one tonight, find out who we're going to play tomorrow, and start preparing like the Dickens.
Looks like you're going to have a local matchup. Hubbard's up late in their game, 25-7, so doesn't matter, does it?
No, Brian Hoffman has done a great job out there. TC Caffey, from what we understand, is up in the top 5 in the nation rushing. That'll be a major challenge for us.
All right, thanks. Congratulations, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
Now we're going to bring in the man who was on a mission tonight, junior Brock Lowry. Brock, just talk about the way the first half went for the Cardinals.
Oh, it was a great half, yeah. we couldn't have executed better, and yeah, it was just great to get out in the second half and get everyone healthy for the next game.
Well, you're healthy for the next game. Your first half stats, because that's all your stats for the night, 148 yards rushing on 8 carries, but probably the big play. I look back at it, it's early in the game. You have 3rd and long. You're pinned at your own 7-yard line. Your offensive line blows open just a big hole for you. I think that's the momentum change for you guys.
Yeah, that's all credit to them. I didn't even get touched on that play. I just had the full sprint to the end zone, and they made the hole for me. So all credits to them.
Talk about the way the passing game went. 5 of 6, 130 yards. Laid out a couple nice plays there, too.
Yeah, the receivers got open. I had good protection. I just threw it up there, let my guys run under it. So that's all you really got to do with them.
Now, the other thing, we talked about what your night was, but the guys in front, give some love to those offensive linemen because they played a great game.
Man, they had a heck of a game. They blocked the best they've done all year, I think. And, yeah, just all credit to them. We couldn't have done this without them. So.
Well, what's it mean, A, to get a home playoff game and win, but now you get a second one?
Yeah, it's great to get a second playoff game, have the student section here, close game, and have all the fans. It's always great to have home field advantage.
All right, we appreciate it, Brock. Congratulations on a great game. You were definitely the player of the night for him. Keep it rolling, and we'll see you here next week. Thanks. So there you have it. What a night for the Canfield Cardinals offense. They just clicked on all cylinders. Brock Lowry was fantastic, and he only had to play half of the game. Now, I know next week it's going to be a different game, and it all looks like at this point all signs point to them playing Hubbard. So it should be just a dynamite contest next week when you get a local matchup.
No doubt about it, Mike. Thank you all night long for your great reporting on the sideline. It was such a beautiful thing to have our debut of a YSN sideline reporter.
It was awesome.
We gotta thank DJ, you guys. We all made it work. This was fantastic. This was a lot of fun. Let's do it again next week.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
All right, Mike, thank you.
Got it.
That was Mike Ackelson, the first ever YSN Live sideline reporter. And we're going to wrap it up here from Canfield High School. The final score, 42-14. Canfield comes on top. They will most likely play Hubbard here next week at Cardinal Stadium. For Gary Niddle, for Mike Ackelson on the sideline, I'm Richie Giuliano saying so long. Have a great night, Cardinal Nation.
This broadcast stream is copyrighted by Yoakley Scott Corporation, LLC. Any other use of this telecast, any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without YSN's consent is prohibited.